Ready?
Yeah, ready. I just want to start off by saying that I'm not sponsored to say this. Oh, wait, I am. Never mind.
Okay.
Who's doing introductions?
They are.
All on you.
Okay, let's get this going. Names? Where you from? How you
ID
doing?
numbers, bank account details. What else?
Yeah, social security number. Okay, start it off. Who are you? And why
Hey
are you
everyone,
here?
my name's Kyle and I am co-owner of Deacons Hair Salon in Hillcrest, and this is Sacha.
Hi guys, Sacha. Not the co-owner of Deacons.
She's not here right now.
No, she's not. But
She's making us rich.
yeah, she's making us money, or you money. But yeah, I'm just the one taking the company to the next level. That's just what I do.
We just had a foreign quota. We had a foreign quota we had to reach by the end of this month.
That's exactly it.
Called the Welshman. Yeah.
Diversity.
Yeah.
That's it.
Just diversity higher.
But we've been lacking in the views that side.
Yeah. So these are the reason that we have video on this podcast, essentially. We'd be audio only if we didn't have them.
Yeah,
Yeah, so for everyone that doesn't know,
we'd be ugly mugs.
they own probably the biggest barber shop in the Upper Highway, bar none. I would say, considering we can never flip and get our haircut. That's how busy it is all
And
the time.
the best, not the
Yeah,
biggest,
yeah.
the best.
Yo, you can't even book weeks in advance. And when you do go there, you're sitting next to someone you know. Like, that's how it works.
I see that all the time. Like everyone's like, "Hey, what's up, man? I'm chilling on the couch."
Stop it, boys. You're gonna make me blush.
No, guys, we fully booked and they're just parking.
It's because Joss is always there. That's why we can never get in. He's there for like 5 hours.
And he's always just like rocking up. He's like, "Guys, I need a haircut. Need a haircut."
Shut up. It's because we make plans. We're like,
we're
we're
like
going out
mid-fade.
tonight. Then Joss is like, no, I need to go get my haircut. And like 6 hours later, like, Joss, we need to fucking leave. He's like, no, guys, don't worry about it.
Oh
I'll
my
be there. I'll
fuck,
be
that was
there.
the worst.
Yeah, I actually got shat out
Yes,
the day that I
we
came
didn't
through and I was
talk
late.
the whole way down. Like, we were going
Mike
to
didn't
Mshaga.
talk to me because I was chilling at you too long.
No.
Remember when I said to you I was late?
Oh,
Yes.
Yes, there we go. I see they
listen,
remember I was
we have
late.
everyone
I
rock
remember.
up.
Drinking beers with
It's
us.
4 o'clock. I'm like, guys, we're leaving at 4. Everyone rocks up on time. Like, everyone's waiting here, and we are all just sitting, waiting to leave. Like, we got a booking down there, and then we're sitting there. 45 minutes go by. Justice and Joe, fucking always there.
I
And if it
apologize. I was
once-
getting a haircut.
So you phoned, and he gets off the phone and he tunes, "Hey, the boys are pissed. I gotta go. I'm late.
Oh, there we go.
And I said to him, "Hey, do you want another beer?" He's like, "Okay, go on."
fuck off.
They won't mind.
I know he's like that.
Oh, they know I'm late. They know I'm
Okay. Listen. Take us your journey. Firstly, I've known Kyle the longest. Yeah, sorry, Sasha. But I've known Kyle the longest. And I met you when you were still at High Waves.
That's right. Yeah.
That's where I first met you. So
Yeah.
take us through a little bit about your journey first, because a lot
Okay.
happened.
So yeah, I mean, we.
Right from the beginning, though. Right from the beginning.
Okay. So, I mean, I started my career probably about 11 years ago, kind of like on the whim. I felt passion for it, really wanted to explore. I got an apprenticeship. And then my wife and I, we moved over to another salon High Waves. And we were there for about 6 years. And yeah, we kind of reached a point in our careers where we wanted to move on and do our own thing and stuff like that. And then we had like this vision of almost like a rock and roll dive bar type of hair salon, which you guys have seen, you know, the decor and
sick.
stuff. It's different.
Can't
yeah.
even come up with it in your head. I don't
Exactly.
know how you put
Well,
it
this is the
together.
cool thing. Like, as we were like designing the shop, it just kept like rolling and rolling. And we were like, oh, let's add this, let's add that.
Just kept evolving. We kept adding, like,
Yeah.
we all had a bit of ourselves in
Yeah,
there. by the end.
absolutely.
Like,
Everyone's
every
got-
single person in there is like,
Yeah, you can see it's like, you know, us. And yeah, we've been open now for two and a half years. Yeah, and it's just been flourishing, absolutely flourishing.
I just want to say, before we get deep into this, is that a lot of people, we think, oh no, like I'm not a hairdresser, like I can't relate. But I mean, you guys took something where you were sitting in a job and you realized like you had room to grow personally,
Absolutely,
you know,
yeah.
and then you took it to that next level. And a lot of people don't see that. They're sitting in that job
Yeah.
and they don't see that it just takes you saying, well, this isn't where I can grow anymore, and just taking that next step, you know.
Absolutely,
so
yeah.
it's just about like people can let this relate to anything that they're doing.
Absolutely,
It's not
yeah.
just I don't want to be a barber, I don't have to watch this. You guys actually took that step and you turned into something a lot greater than somewhere that you used to work.
Yeah.
You
It's
know?
not even about like, you know, being a barber. It's about waking up every day trying to better yourself. Trying
Yeah.
to,
Absolutely.
I look at every single fade I do and go, fuck, that looks like shit. I'm such a shit.
Oh, but he's the worst, bro. He's the worst.
Fuck shit, barber. What am I fucking doing? I'm questioning myself every day, but then I get up and I'm like, fuck it, it'll do.
He doesn't do that to any of you guys. You guys are all fresh.
The main thing is that I'm just trying to fucking push myself all the time. Like, I always look at my work and I'm going, how could I have done that better? Or like, when we get to see like photos or videos of our stuff, I'm like,
How can you constantly improve?
Exactly.
Absolutely. And I suppose that's what keeps, guys like us relevant in the industry, is that you're continuously learning and wanting to grow and, follow the trends and stuff like that. Otherwise then you become stagnant and just, cut grandpa's hair and shit
Absolutely.
like that. So,
But I think you can apply it to any profession you're in. You just have to have that passion and you have to have that drive and just have that want. So like, I do not want to be shit.
No.
It's
I
so
don't want to
I don't want to look shit on Instagram.
I need to look gram friendly.
Yeah.
But it's so cool for an industry that it is quite repetitive. I mean, it is, although you'll get some fluctuations, it's pretty much the same sort of thing day in and day out, more or less.
You think so, but nah.
Yeah,
not in the slightest.
But I'm saying in the sense that even the way being an accountant is the same thing. I mean, you're still doing the same processes. Things will change, but it's the same thing. And people can come in and do the same thing and just say, like, I can cut hair this way and I'll do the same thing for a month, for 2 months, for 10 years and never have to grow because it's going to be there. It's the same thing, and you choosing to say it can be better. I can evolve. And that's such a cool mindset to have.
Absolutely, bro. Like, honestly, if we, like, for my clients and for you as well, if we get bored of doing the same haircut, I'm like, oh, fuck this, bro. We need to change this shit, man. Like, I'm bored of it now, Let's make your wife or your girlfriend like you again. Change it up because I'm getting bored, bro. And,
even I'm sick of your face. Come on, let's do something.
Fucking hell, And then we kind of go from there.
But everyone's game, dude. They trust what we do. So a lot of people like.
Yeah, how long have you two known each other for?
Like 2.5 years.
2.5 years, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit. So when you guys first opened, you basically, that's when you first met.
When we first opened, it's just going to be myself and Nikki, my wife. Shout out Nikki. Peace and love.
What up?
And we just we just grew so quickly within the space of like 2 weeks. I just couldn't keep up with the people that were coming in there and the vibe and everything. So we had to obviously outsource.
And I was initially where Kyle was prior at Salon Highways.
He took my spot.
I took his chair.
Yeah.
And then
No way.
honestly, but
But I got it back.
you got it back. She's got it back. That was the main thing. But when I first came across, I was like in a generic salon, hating my life, going, what the hell have I moved across here for? I was told I was going to get one thing, and the clients just weren't there. I'm sure eventually the clientele could have been there, but it was just location. It was X amount of things. And I had a message from Kyle going, hey, bro,
I've seen your work.
I've seen your work a lot.
I like it. Do you want to come work for me? Come make me money.
Oh man! So yeah, bro. That I was just like, all right, yeah, I need a haircut, and actually, everyone's been tuning me. The only person I can get a trim from in this area, at a decent standard, was you. So kind of like, let's have a chat. I walked in the salon, and I was like, this is it. This is where
I'm home.
It looked like you were built for this.
Looks like they opened the cupboard and you just fell out.
furniture now, boys.
I was actually digging through the wet towels and I saw them like peeking out. Like, hey,
Please.
can I work here?
I was grown out of it like a weed, boy. Out of the wet towel bin in the corner.
So Kyle, tell me some of the risks that you and Nikki had to take going into the creating the new shop.
Yeah, how you went from earning that salary there to suddenly you own a shop, like that's a big transition.
You know what I mean? It's still now a constant learning curve. Like we're learning stuff every day. I mean, we've been through accountants and trying to find the right person that's going to help run the business. But you know what the initial thing was? We just threw our all in it. And we were like, okay, we have a vision. Let's concentrate on bringing it to life. And
also keeping the clientele happy.
Yeah, keeping our clientele. And we were so bored of like the same fucking generic salon, man. Everywhere looks the same. You go in there, it's like you're going to the doctor to check your prostate or something like that. You don't want that. You want to come in and feel like you're hanging out, you know?
Yeah.
Like we're blaring the tunes. You know, you got weird
You
shit.
don't know what you're going to listen to when you walk in the salon, man.
Yeah.
It could
That
be,
is
it could
true.
be-
I've had both
Yeah.
ends.
It could be
Remember?
like
If it's
one
not
day you're
him.
listening to Frank Sinatra, and
Yeah.
the next minute you're listening to like El Nino. Or
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I was actually going to
Slantera.
ask
something like
yesterday. I was going to ask who, and I purposely didn't ask because I wanted to ask today. Who chooses the playlist? Because it went from drum
Spotify.
and bass to but
Yeah.
you got to have something.
Yeah, well, listen, we have a liked playlist where all of us have
All
gone,
of you.
"Fuck,
Yeah.
I like that song, I'm going to put that on there. Or I want to listen to this,
Yeah,
that's going to go
yeah.
on the liked list. So
Yeah. And then, that's it.
problem is that we're very monitored because me and Kyle can get quite creative with our
Yeah.
music choices.
Yeah,
And
we
we have got
Cut
a
that.
certain demographic,
Yeah.
you know, of clientele that come into the shop that we have to amuse. And if we're chucking on some extreme heavy metal
Yeah.
and there's a granny
lose
getting
business.
a haircut in the corner, it's not so that good.
Although saying that,
Although,
I've seen some grannies like
We have a lacquer client.
The heads are
I like
bobbing.
it. Yeah.
She's brand new.
We have one client.
Yeah, one of Nikki's clients.
One of
Yeah,
Nikki's clients.
she must be about late 60s or so. And she came in the one day and she's like, Kyle, I've got a band to show you. And I was like, oh, what's it gonna be, like fucking Dean Martin or some shit like that? She goes, no, come with me. So she opens up her phone, she goes onto YouTube and she shows me this band called Ghost. I don't know if you guys have ever seen anything. Anyway, these guys, they dress up like demonic priests.
I've seen photos of them.
Yeah, scary shit, bro. And the one song in particular, it's all about Lucifer.
Yeah.
And the whole thing was like, Lucifer. And she's like, show me. She's like, it's great, right? It's cool.
It's a cool song, eh?
You guys are starting a cult following.
Yeah. I was like, all right, Gran, you're pretty sick.
You're pretty
Yeah. And since then, she comes in all the time and she like shows me like the most extreme heavy metal. And I'm
Tone
like,
it down,
yeah, I'm
please.
like, Gran, just chill, man. Like, come on, you know. Like even I'm a bit like,
She, you know, part of our job is obviously kind of being like an agony aunt and listening to people's problems as well. And, you know,
You become psychologists at some
Absolutely.
point.
No, I was,
Absolutely.
I was actually going to say that when you're young, like if you are an entrepreneur, I think you're not really an entrepreneur unless you've thought of becoming a barber. Because like the stories they hear and the ideas you must hear and listen to all day, it's so like you are the middleman between a lot of business, you know, like I know
Absolutely.
my dad used to go to this barber in Durban, no names, but he used to go there and get his haircut just to listen about the hustle and the bustle in the city, you know,
Dude,
like
absolutely.
who's doing what moves will be, and you'd leave there and come with like new plans and stuff because you'd tell him about this guy who made this deal, and then
there's
you'd
a
know
new
to-
hustle.
yeah. And from that I was like, fuck, being
But
a
I mean, that-
barber, you must.
That's
be,
how they used to
it's crazy.
operate
Hey,
back
one
in the
way.
days. It was like a space for guys to come together and, you know, just talk shit, have a whiskey, you know, talk about whatever. And I mean, a lot of business was done, you know, in the barber
hey,
shops and stuff
one
as
way.
well. Yeah.
That chair, actually, that Kyle got back,
Yeah.
that's like
Recovered.
1903 Chicago.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine
Yeah.
the kind of gangsters that sat in that chair?
Yeah.
Or even, hey,
Yeah.
having a nice shave.
I mean, that's how they used to
Don't
do
mind
it.
the stain,
Hot
yeah.
towel on the head and a little gun to the face. That's it. Bam.
Little muffler.
Yeah, man.
But it's
man.
for me, it's so cool because the Upper Highway, for people that don't know the area, is quite. Oh fuck! I would say like not even fickle, but just in its ruts, very much so. Like
Definitely.
people,
Clicky.
yeah, well, kind of, but like also for the older crowd. And when I say that, I mean like the 40-year-old type of crowd. And like if you want to make something happen, you go down to Belito and Umhlanga. Like that's the area.
Yeah.
And so if you wanted
That's
to go to a
the
barber shop,
mentality.
you have
And
to go
this
down
is
there.
the start. Like this
Yeah.
is the start of turning it around a bit, and
Yeah.
it really is because I used to go down to like Glenwood area to get my. I think it was called. What was that barber called?
I don't know.
Oh, it was like a popular barber, and like that was where I went because up here you go to a hairdresser
Yeah,
to
that's
get
all
your
we have
haircut.
up here,
Yeah.
yeah.
And like a guy doesn't want to feel that. Like you feel quite like when you come out of a barber, you're like, fuck yeah, like
Yeah.
you feel like a
Yeah,
man.
that's
afterwards,
absolutely.
you know
That's
what
one
I
of
mean?
the best things about our job is
Yeah.
making us feel steezy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
bro.
feel
We do it for your wives and your
Yeah.
girlfriends.
That's it. We're doing it for you, ladies.
Yeah, but
just
a
for you.
hairdresser, you come out and you feel like a bit like a woman. Like you don't
Yeah.
feel that like
I feel too clean. I've been pampered. I feel like I've been dusted. You know? They wiped my bum for me, like, put a little bit of powder on it, and sent me on my way.
Whereas we kind of like rub our armpits on you while you're getting your haircut.
Have you
so
seen?
you feel
There's
masculine.
no washing.
Have you seen You Don't Mess the Zohan? When we're washing your hair, my bro, you get the full work.
This is something I wanted to know. Because you hear so many stories of around, obviously, the area, what are some of, like, the most insane fucking gossip?
Yo, tell us
Like,
something.
some of, like, the juiciest stories you've heard.
I'm going to write a book.
Or
I'm going to write a
you've put
book one day.
together. Like, you put two and two
Stories of
together
a
and you're like,
barber.
oh, shit.
Yeah.
Karen's actually fucking Brad over there.
That's actually happened a few
so
times.
many times.
That's happened a few
So
times.
many times.
I mean, I've been in one situation where I'm cutting a guy, husband, and his wife is also getting her hair done, and the boyfriend has walked in and sat down also at the same time. And no one knows about it, and and you can feel this like awkward energy, bro. It's like,
But you can see it a mile
but you
off,
can
dude.
see it, yeah. So and I mean, it's electric. Yeah, it is. It's like, and then you find out down the line from the stylist that was doing the lady that that was her boyfriend and they're having an affair and all this type of shit, bro.
Oh, my word.
But
You get a serious amount of gossip, eh? Like,
Never a boring day.
never, absolutely. I mean, if I could like call the police and tell them the shit that's going on, fucking hell, I'd be number one investigator, I reckon. Shit that we have. Plus, we have the hair evidence as well.
it's all in the hair follicles.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, bro. I mean, you, like you say, a psychologist. I mean, you pretty much are. I mean, I've been with guys, throughout my whole career that have kind of progressed and got divorced and this and that, and you kind of grow with them as well. And you become like friends. Yeah,
totally.
And it's the business, It's like people are business, and if we take it to like a friendship level. I mean, like with you guys as well. It's like we can all go have a beer together, talk shit.
Majority of people who walk through our doors, they say they love coming back so much because they instantly do feel like family. Everyone gives them a super good greeting. Everyone gives them,
and it's genuine as well.
It is genuine because we genuinely give a shit about how your day, how's your day going? How you feeling? Like, hey,
But down to the hair wash.
let me get you a hair wash to make you feel better.
Do you want a beer?
Game changer.
Come on.
Yeah, that was the craziest thing is when they offered me a beer when I was there. Yes.
So in Oz, like at a barber, there's like a fridge when you walk in. I mean, not every barber, but I mean the good ones. There's like a fridge on like a small bar
First
fridge when
world
you walk
story,
in.
shut the fuck up, man. Shut
but
up.
I mean,
Well, I actually
you
lived in
grab a
Australia,
beer.
so I know what you're talking about.
And you grab a beer as you walk in, and you can sip it, and they cut your hair, and it's like a standard.
No,
and like if you're the one to take that, you take it to the next level.
Hey, listen, when we first opened, we were offering whiskeys. We were, we
We actually had a bar built in.
Oh,
and
I
then,
love it.
and then lockdown hit.
Yeah,
and obviously it was no alcohol, so I went and raided all of it and broke the bar
No, there's no
down.
bar.
There's nothing. No.
Took the whole bar.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But that extends further than just your industry as well. Like people that give a shit and want to add value and want to care about who they're working with and their customers. That's the people that make that next step and that stick around for longer.
People first, money comes.
People
you know?
first, dude. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Service
100%.
first, always.
Yeah.
And like I say, you're only as good as your last haircut as
Exactly.
well. So.
And I mean, we put like 110% with each person that walks in there, whether it's, a 3-year-old child that's screaming and shouting to 70-year-old man who's, got 4 hairs on the top of his head.
Yeah.
It's
Dude,
the
like
same. It's the same thing.
It
100%.
really is. I've
Yeah.
seen you take your time with some clients who like wouldn't need as much work done haircut wise, and you'll still take your time making sure that firstly the job is being done perfectly, but that the experience is really good.
Absolutely.
That's it. Because it's not just about the haircut, dude. I mean, it is an experience when you come into a shop. If you're not, if you're not wounded by, everything that's around you in your line of sight,
Yeah, exactly.
you'll certainly be wounded by our
Walking to plants.
personalities.
Yeah, exactly. Make you feel a little bit like weird afterwards.
Like, do I want to go back? I kind of know,
But I have to.
I have to. The haircut was so good.
Yeah, man.
So you were in Oz.
I lived in Oz for 3 years. Yeah,
You just travel around. Are you
No,
just the
fuck
migrating barber?
that's me. I wasn't even a barber in Oz, bro. I was like, so I only got into
you
barber
told me.
when I got back to the UK after Australia. So when I was in Oz, I was doing I worked as a chef for a bit. Like, I fucking can't cook. Like,
I fried an egg.
other than your
Boiled some
generic, I can cook the generic stuff. But I worked as I worked for a carpentry company, and then I was in the right place at the right time. I met this dodgy Croatian geezer, and he worked. He worked for.
I took some DMT.
Once or twice. He worked for this the largest plan-build construction company in New South Wales, and I ended up like doing like work for him. But it turned out he was dodgy. But the company, they liked me. The other guys put their neck out for me, and so they said to me, we want you to, do the maintenance side of things for us. So I was like, okay. They opened up an Australian business number, and I was doing all that for a bit. But what goes up must come down, or vice versa. So I ended up having to go back to Wales. And when I was in Wales, I was like, fuck, I've worked in construction now since the age of like 16. And I've just spent 3 years in Australia in sunshine working in construction, which I barely enjoyed. There's no fucking chance I can do it here in Wales in the rain. So I need to try and find something new. And that's when I found barbering. So...
But that's
crazy.
It's
that's
also
like so diversified.
Yeah.
Like in terms of going through all of that. Like, did you just take every opportunity you could, or were you?
I wanted to be a pro surfer. Like my dad's a pro surfer, or was a pro surfer.
I wanted to be a velociraptor.
Also wanted to be one of those.
Still can achieve
Still got time. Sorry, carry on, Sacha.
I can't remember what I was saying.
You wanted to be a pro surfer.
I wanted to be a pro surfer, yeah. My old man was like, that's all good and well, but you need to have a trade to fall back on. So that's where electrical engineering came into play. And that actually ironically destroyed my surf career entirely because I had no time to surf whatsoever.
That's what I said. Like, you can't focus on a degree like that and think you have other dreams. Like, that has to be 100% of your life.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
So, but I don't regret it. Obviously, like not making dad super stoked because I haven't surfed in like 3 years. Not once since I've been in South Africa.
I don't really like surfers.
You haven't surfed since you've been in South Africa.
He lives in Durban.
How ridiculous.
It's like
I've been too busy making this guy money.
got early morning.
Do you know it's 40-minute trek, bro, to the beach from this place?
Yeah, it is.
From
It is
here?
very-
From
it is
here,
very
yeah.
far.
Just
No
catch a
ways.
lift.
I live in Beaufort, bro.
Catch a lift with Josh. Josh
Yeah,
gets places in
15
5 minutes.
minutes.
Oh, yeah, that's true, eh?
Yeah, he just won't get there. He drives really fast.
That's crazy.
That's so
No,
cool.
I
though.
do want to though, boys. I want to go surfing.
You have to
Yeah.
at some point.
Yeah, I mean, we got the
Boards are
best.
cheap here.
Eh?
Boards are cheap here.
Yo, don't go with me. I'll die.
Alright,
Yeah,
I'll
me
save
too,
you. It's alright.
I'm unfit as fuck.
We'll celebrate from the sand.
actually. Well done, you didn't die. Welcome back.
But it's cool how you found. So, Kyle, I imagine you were doing this from probably a young age. Like,
Yeah, well, I mean, I come from what I wanted to do. I was going to be a music producer and work on movie and film score. That's what I wanted to do, and I did some studying in that. And just you know what? For some reason, I've always kind of been drawn to this industry. I remember since I was a kid going to the barber shop and the hair salon, and I'd look on the wall and used to get like pictures of Fabio and stuff like that with like the hair. I studied there. I want to cut my hair like that. It's like, we haven't got long enough hair, so I don't care what my hair like that. She said, oh, okay, whatever, cut my hair. Go home, and I look at myself in the mirror and say, fuck, no, she hasn't done it right. I can do a better job.
I can do a better
I
job.
can do better.
Yeah.
So when I got the pet clippers and the scissors, and okay, there we go, spot on. So
one
That's
catch
brave.
there.
yeah,
My mom
exactly.
would have killed me.
Like I think maybe I started like the box fringe first. I think so, and the mullet. I don't know, something like that. But I mean, like it's
bowl
always
haircut.
the bowl haircut. Yeah, it's always kind of been. It's definitely something in you. For instance, I'll give you an example now. We have an apprentice, Josh. You guys have seen him.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Shout out to Joshy.
Shout out to Josh. I mean, this kid, he hung around for what, like
So yeah, so
2 months before
basically,
we actually
like,
gave him a job because he was so
talking to
passionate.
him, I said to him, like, have you thought about like doing something like this? Because he was, he's a good kid and he didn't really like. He was doing his music production and stuff like that, but he didn't really.
Yeah, he wasn't 100% sure on what he wanted to do. Yeah.
So we said, have you thought about giving something like this a go? And he kind of dwelled on it, and then he came back to me and he was like, I actually would like to give this a go. Is there any way you guys could offer me an apprenticeship? And we were like, well, let's give it a couple of months because right now we were actually.
Yeah, I think it was like January where there was no money to pay,
Yeah.
ourselves, anyone.
Yeah, but the kid came in every day and stood around watching us every day, sweeping up, doing everything,
Yeah, for free.
off his back,
Yo.
off his own back.
And eventually I felt so sorry for the fucker. I was like, bro, jeez, all right, you can work here. Come on then, join us. And I mean, he's been in since,
What a
January. And the Oak is like, I swear he's going to be like the next like top thing. I mean, he's incredible.
That's so cool. Well done to you guys.
We've given him a bit of training
lives.
from the get-go. We went like, no, you're going to cut hair like this. We're not sending you to one of those,
no beauty schools.
Beauty college where...
Yeah.
They teach you a bunch of mistakes and then you have to unteach yourself and unlearn everything.
Or box you in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We give him like full creative freedom as well. Like, hey, and the dude's a creative, so it's,
he likes to push the boundaries and stuff. And I mean, that's pretty much like a prerequisite when we hire staff at our place, is that
Don't
you have
follow
to
the
be
rules.
Exactly. You have to be different. You have to be unique. I know it sounds a bit cliche, but it's what we're after.
You have to have a personality.
Trust me, go there.
Check my Instagram, you'll see.
Check the gram.
Mullets for days, bruh.
Mullets.
It's interesting though that it's not like a fallback industry. Like people will fall back into certain jobs. Like it's definitely the same ones.
No, this is the thing though. I think people genuinely think like, I'm gonna be completely honest, and no disrespect to anyone else in the industry, but before I found Barber, I used to think if you can't do, you cut hair. And then when I got into the industry, I realized how technical it was, how much science was behind it, and how every single head is different, every head shape's different,
and how much
head
hard
direction.
work there is involved.
And it's so much graft. You're standing on your feet all day. You're not just standing on your feet using your body, moving over, bending into awkward angles, but you're giving up yourself emotionally to people. Like I was going back to the agony aunt thing. We were saying we give so much of ourselves to our clients emotionally that by the end of the day or by the end of the week, man, I'm exhausted. Like I get home and I barely got 2 words to say to my missus. I'm like, oh, sorry, love.
It's the same for me and Nikki. I mean, a super busy day. We'll be on the way home. Discuss what we're going to do for dinner, and that's
about it.
That's it. And then the radio's on, and you can just see the tires rolling, and then we get home, and it's the dogs, and it's just quiet. Because you're just talking.
It's exhausting. It really is.
It is exhausting, but I mean, I wouldn't do anything else.
The thing is, you're both.
Yeah,
I'm also in a fortunate position where my partner was also in the service industry as well.
Yeah.
So our partners understand how it is. Or Nikki's there, right there in the trenches with.
She's with us. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
She knows how exhausting it can be, and people don't necessarily like. There's people probably watching this now thinking, "Yeah, shut the fuck up."
Yeah, shut up.
Do you know what I mean?
Just cut my hair.
Just cut my hair.
Stop talking shit.
Standing up.
Your lives are easy.
It's so hard to flick your fingers.
Yeah, come on. What's a comb?
We have to talk for like 2 hours a week on the podcast, and after I'm like, oh, fuck,
Yeah,
just don't talk to me, I'm
enough
done.
people for
That
the
day
day.
is a writer
Yeah.
after. I have to
Exactly.
prepare myself, like get in the zone just to speak.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so you also brought in a tattoo parlor into the shop.
That's
Speak about
correct. Yeah,
diversifying there.
Yeah, so I mean, like
makes
initially,
sense.
like our whole
It makes
vision.
sense. Get your haircut, get a tattoo.
Get a tattoo.
Leave.
Exactly.
A chop and a chop, boys. We're your one-stop shop.
Exactly. I mean, like we introduced Ethereal Vision, Lynn, in December.
Shout out Lynn Holder.
Shout out Lynn, great
Shout out
tattoo
Lynn.
artist. Check out
Shout out
Instagram.
Exceptional.
Another
exceptional
invoice, we
artist.
just shit these things out.
And we approached her and said, listen, we have this kind of idea to blend the two together. She was renting a spot, I think, where was it now? I don't know, somewhere where they kept having power issues.
That's ESCOM.
Anywhere
That's
in
it.
South
That's
Africa.
Oh, she lives in South Africa.
It was just anywhere,
I see.
yeah, somewhere, yeah. And so we had a chat with her, and at the time there was a unoccupied store right next to ours, and we approached the landlord and said, "Listen, would you be interested in us knocking through, extended rental, putting a tattoo studio in?" And our landlords and that they're quite like conservative people, so I thought they were going to tell me to fuck off. But the guy was like, "No, man, this is amazing.
Awesome,
like it's it's going to work with your vibe and everything."
Absolutely.
And we did that, and then Lynn's been there since December and absolutely
We're
flourishing.
almost a year down now.
Yeah, almost a year.
I mean,
Yeah,
Yo.
Everyone's flying.
yeah.
Everyone's flying.
Everyone's growing,
And
and
you're extending again, and
Yeah.
your missus is going
So
into
my
the,
missus
Yeah.
is now extending. We've just added another section, so there's two therapy rooms in there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she's a professional skin therapist, professional masseuse. does the facials, does
Jeez,
the
you guys are
nails,
gonna have
does everything.
What next?
Literally, yeah.
What next?
So we're in the middle of soundproof and everything because obviously we make a lot of noise.
Too much.
Too much noise. So we're just incorporating, and it's gonna be interesting, because it's called Core Beauty Studio, but there's so much, like, she's so professional. There's so much involved in it. She's got a really extensive knowledge base and a great understanding.
Sounds like he loves her, boys.
It must be love.
Must be love. No, but I'm
As
just
long as
saying,
she can cook, because you can't.
that's the main thing. One way, bro. That's the main thing. But so like I say, boys, we're diversifying in every which way. Our center is the one-stop shop, like we say.
I think eventually we'll just take over that whole Hillcrest
Yeah.
Centre.
You get your car washed while you get your hair cut.
Exactly. Come,
One
watch
way,
a band. Who
Start
knows?
orchestrate a car wash down in the car park behind, eh?
Yeah, that's what I
That's
was
the
thinking.
next move.
If you're getting your hair cut and someone's washing your car at the same
Oh
time,
my
that's-
gosh.
you're there
I would
anyways.
love
yeah.
it.
That's a good
That's
idea.
Yeah.
No, honestly, I would love it.
Beep it out.
I would
Yeah.
love it. Yeah.
Thanks, guys. I hope you don't want any royalties or anything.
We'll see.
TM.
And you also starting a clothing brand. Well, you started a clothing brand. as
Yeah,
well.
we started. Well, it's not so much of a clothing brand. Like, obviously, we're doing clothing. Clothing
It's
is
the
an
Don't you
product.
think it's so
aspect of
funny
it.
people say clothing brand because it's the first thing that they relate to? Like
No,
It's a brand
is
on
the-
clothes. Of
Yeah,
course.
yeah, brand on clothes. Yeah, but actually, obviously, because we're in the industry, and the amount of products that we see coming through that they're posing as like beard oils or being moisturizing oils
half-assed
or things
ones.
like that, and you look at the ingredients and you actually realize
They've just Googled the
Olive
top
oil.
things
Exactly.
for that. Yeah, I
Basically,
know the
yeah.
story.
so
yeah.
it's the ingredient. It's like, oh my god, this is just castor oil. Like, what the hell? How's this supposed to? And
With
you
a bit of
charge it how
scent.
much?
I
for it?
got.
Like,
I've been using it. I got it right here.
There we go.
What? Oil. What for your beard?
No, this is
There we
our
go.
brand. So
And look at his beard. It's flourishing.
Flourishing.
Yeah.
Can't tell the difference.
No,
so
this was me. I was like him 2 weeks ago before I used that oil. Bro. That's it. Magic.
he looked like Jace yesterday, and then this
Yeah.
is him
Yeah,
today.
clean
Exactly.
shaven.
Exactly. I was literally had no hair on my face yesterday, and then you
Suddenly
slasher, and then look at me now.
not endorsed by the FDA.
May contain
But,
something.
we were just getting fed up, boys. We honestly, the amount of products, like, we were having people coming back going, your beard oil, like, this doesn't
generic.
do anything. It's just generic. So we got fed up and we went, right, we're going to take this into our own hands. And we spent a long time and a lot of effort,
A lot of research, yeah.
a lot of, like, I can't even, like, begin to imagine how much time we actually spent on it. But we came up with a recipe that was not only perfectly, like, pH balancing for the skin, but it also influenced hair growth and moisturized the skin and moisturized the hair without being too greasy or too.
Yeah, that's the thing. It
And it's
doesn't
natural.
sit with the oil.
Natural
Like,
as well.
all natural.
normally you sit and you're like, I need to get it out. So
Yeah.
it changes the
Or
look
the scent,
of your
the
hair.
scent is too much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, this is like
absolutely.
it's not even there. So
Yeah.
like you guys nailed it.
We literally have like a ledger, call it the little black book,
The little black
and
book.
it's got that like minuscule amount of what we put in.
Everything
each
is
little bottle.
down. Everything is down to the,
drops.
the macronutrient, like
Yeah.
I know my pubes have never looked better.
Or smelt better.
or smell better. Cherry fragrance.
I thought I
is
smelled
really
That
lemongrass on
it
you.
wasn't hard to begin with. One shower and you could have made that right.
Yeah.
No, but that's
Yeah, like we're saying, lifestyle. It's more like a lifestyle.
Yeah, it's
brand,
a lifestyle
you know?
brand. So first and foremostly, we created the oils just because we were fed up. But then
Yeah.
also here in South Africa, I personally struggle to find clothes that are suited to my style.
Yeah.
That like really say like express who I am and like. I mean,
Do you have anything that complements the tattoo around my neck?
I need someone to show off my sweet pink.
But
yeah.
it's really cool though, because most people would, as we said, okay, you said you want to diversify in terms of your abilities and what you're doing cutting hair, and that's one way to go. But you guys have gone even further. You're like, where can we expand? Where can we expand? Where can we grow? What can
But
we
it
offer?
all has
For
a
sure,
synergy.
dude.
Like
Absolutely.
it all lines
Yeah.
up.
It
It's
does.
not like
It's
you
all
guys
related.
have randomly said like I'm gonna
It's a
No.
culture.
I'm gonna start selling
Exactly.
cars out
Exactly.
the back.
On culture.
And that's part of our motto, like the Deacons. Like
Yeah.
it's a culture.
When
like,
you come into the shop, you feel that vibe. You feel the
Yeah.
family. You feel.
you feel like a cult member.
You actually,
like,
you go, all of a sudden you step
Take
out of
over their
Hillcrest and
minds,
drink the
slowly.
Kool-Aid.
just stepped out of Hillcrest into Mordor. Like,
Yeah, it does feel like that though, because when you walk out, you're like, fuck?
Yeah.
Oh,
What just happened?
That's Mr. Price over there? Like, oh,
Yes.
fuck, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is so interesting, and so it's cool to go there, because usually you hate it. You hate going to the hairdresser. As you said, it feels like a doctor, but you guys have made this whole value add constantly.
Yeah,
where
I used to hate going to the hairdresser when I was young.
Yeah.
I used to hate
I
because
cried
it was
with
no
it.
It's a waste of
experience.
time.
It was
It's like a
I'd
waste
go
of
there.
time.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
also because I was in school and they're always like, you got to cut your hair short. But it was never an experience. And now I'm like, firstly, I'm like, fuck yes, I'm sponsored, boys. Secondly, I'm like, I'm always excited to see you guys, you know,
Yeah.
because both of you are just fucking good gents. First,
The
Yeah.
thing is, like,
Chop
no one,
this.
when we started this podcast, I don't think I knew you guys. I didn't come and got my hair cut yet.
Yeah. I
And
think
I
you
would
messaged me on
never-
Instagram and said, yeah.
And I would never have said
The
like,
interaction we
let's-
had, I think you were selling the camera, and I was like, "That camera's nice. How much, bro?" And then you said the number, and I was like, "Maybe." not."
It's not that nice.
Just come for a haircut.
But I would never have said that we'd get a hair like barber on our show. You know, I would never
Yeah.
have said. And then I went and had the experience, and I was like, these guys have done something so different. Like
Yeah.
you guys have
Unique.
taken it to another level. You
Yeah.
know, and that's what this podcast is about.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, the people watching are gonna obviously know after the story and
Yeah.
after getting their haircuts,
Yeah.
they'll know why you guys came on the podcast.
Yeah.
like, there's a sign outside the shop. Is it still there that if you bring your pug, do you still have it?
You know what? No, that we took that down.
Oh,
Too many
because it
people
was
had
the-
bugs.
we must
pet
increase
shop
the
was
pug sales
booming.
by like 500%.
I swear to God,
But
we were
the worst thing was
responsible
people
for
were
that.
bringing like little like statue dogs. Like, does this count? You know?
I would start renting pugs.
Yeah,
to
so would
sell
I.
out
The shop next door is renting bugs out.
It's not a pug, but it's a French bulldog. Does that count?
Yeah, it's got a squash face. I mean, come on. You know?
They both
then-
ran into a window.
And then,
But
then
that
they
was so cool that
Yeah.
like, they had a sign that said if you bring your pug, you get like 50% off or whatever.
Yeah.
But
I
that
think,
was
you know
so-
what
But the
really
reason is
ruined
because
that
our
was-
logo is a pug.
Yes.
It's like he's actually modeled after our pug, Frank. He's
shout out Frank.
shout out Frank.
Frank.
Love
Wish
you,
you
boy.
as well.
He's a legend. He is actually the brand. I mean,
Yeah.
he's on our t-shirts. I mean, there's the logo. There, you can check it there.
Peeking out.
That's it all, Frank. Yeah.
I can
so,
see why you guys get it.
you know,
He's also had a
So
pug.
that's hence why the pug little special
Yeah.
that we ran when we opened. But unfortunately, you can't hire any more pugs.
Jeepers,
we
Nelly.
know all the tactics now.
But it was
Tactics.
that kind of thinking that was so cool. I love
Something
Yeah.
new for everyone. In
yeah,
that.
man.
We really
absolutely.
tried to give back to everyone when we first opened, you know, as much as because we felt that sense of community so much. Like everyone
Yeah.
really got involved and helped
Support.
us and supported us.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
we wanted to give back as much as we could, you know, and it was like, you know,
Yeah.
any way we can.
Yeah.
Even still to this day, like I mean, just today, I mean, we give our clients a birthday trim. You mean our long-standing clients? You've been
Yeah.
coming to us. You've been supporting
Special
us. It's
people.
Your birthday, you go, boy. Happy
Yeah.
birthday.
Here we go, boy.
Pop.
Yeah,
Go
boy.
You need to go out. You're looking sexy, son.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, definitely unique spots, I guess. I mean, like, you know, you guys have been there, you know what it's all about.
Oh yeah.
I think only growing from here. I mean, eventually maybe franchise.
But
That's
then you
something I
gotta
wanted
get
to ask.
you gotta
Just
get
to feel
people
franchise.
just.
We're worried
Well,
about losing our flavor.
That's the thing.
But
That's
then
the thing.
it's someone like you who goes and takes on the next spot. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
exactly.
And it's,
Yeah.
But the problem with that is like me and Dipstick over here, we work well together.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like,
but I
Too
mean,
well.
that's when your crew builds up too much around you there. That
Yeah.
you take a whole crew across, you
Yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean, and
Exactly.
it feels like home again.
Like
Not
an apprentice,
just
you could
not
be like-
not just
Yeah.
finding someone. And that's how it normally works. They'd be like they'd go find someone who they think is good. You know what the vibe is, and you built the
Yeah,
vibe with
exactly,
them, and that's
yeah.
who takes the vibe somewhere
Exactly.
else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
the dream, I guess, still to this day is to like train up more Joshes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Train up more Joshes, and then
He takes the vibe.
franchise.
And we can
over.
sit back and just
Well,
know
we can,
be
you
in
know,
Mauritius.
Yeah, live life.
Yeah.
Like, just
Get
chill
a tan,
back.
chill out.
That would be
Yeah.
the aim of the game. We
Yeah.
just want to spread the greasy gospel.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, in terms of franchising and stuff, definitely options in the future. And I think keep the one in Hillcrest as like our mothership.
Hub.
like the main, the main one.
The main church.
The main church.
Yeah,
Yeah, the main, like, what do you call it for a cult? Like, the temple or something like that. Come and put your
Kingdom
candles there. Do your sacrifices.
You drive past late at night and there's Kyle outside with candles.
They're all bowing down.
Just in a black cloak, standing there like, hello.
Him and death metal granny over there.
Yes. Like it's headbanging, right? Headbanging. Absolutely. She's got glowing red eyes and shit like that. Yeah.
Just so everyone's aware, we do not endorse
My
satanic
Christian
rituals.
friends
Any
are
kind
never
of
going to
behavior.
speak to me ever again after this episode. It's all a joke. It's all a joke.
Considering
It's a joke.
she likes
I make a
like
joke.
modern metal, I hope she doesn't like listen to podcasts.
I hope she doesn't listen to modern
She'll know
podcasts.
exactly who she is. But she's a fucking beauty.
You're a fucking legend,
She's
man.
amazing. Absolute, makes my day.
Yeah, that's clients like that,
People
bro.
like that make your day. I mean, we have all sorts. People that are extremely wealthy, your average Joe, your student, and everyone has a very, very interesting story to tell. I
Totally.
mean, the amount of people in certain industries that jobs are out there, I couldn't believe that. There are things like that.
Some of the jobs our clients have, you're like that's actually a job that exists.
Do you make money
You
from
make
that? Like,
I'm an
How?
influencer.
Make money from that.
an influencer. That's magic.
No, but,
But,
you guys have. When I first saw it, it seemed like a niche,
Yeah.
And I've gone there, and there's the guy who owns the accounting firm I'm doing work for, and he's sitting
Exactly.
in the,
I remember that, yeah.
And I'm thinking like, you get your haircut, Joe. Like this is like it's for everyone, Even
Absolutely.
though you guys, it's something you guys love, and you've created the niche around that. But that does not govern your clientele. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
No, dude.
At
Absolutely,
all.
no.
Like I've
I think
seen
it's more personality based.
Yeah,
It's
that's
definitely
you.
plays a big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, a good haircut is just the
But there's
icing on top.
We
yeah.
also become really tuned into sussing out what kind of client you got sitting in your chair.
Yeah.
Like sometimes
You hide the tattoos when
dude,
some of the other grannies come.
for a second.
you actually be surprised. It's like the saying, never judge a book by its cover. It's so true because, geez, some people sit down and they could be looking like, hobo off the streets, but they've got more money than they even know what to do with. They just don't care what they look like.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
But then,
And you get people struggling, and you hear all of their troubles and stuff like that, and you sympathize with them, and you kind of you adjust your emotions accordingly.
and there's some days, dudes, where you just. It's everything you've got to keep that.
Don't listen to him. He loves everyone. Everyone.
No, but
Everyone's my favorite client.
what I mean by that is there's certain clients who like they will sit in your chair and they won't speak, and you're trying to have a conversation with them, and you're like you're going and you're asking questions and you'll get one word responses, and that's where you have to tune in and go, okay, you don't want to talk, you're not a talker, so we'll just cut your hair in silence.
And we've had the
And
barbers that just keep talking when you don't want to talk, and they don't pick it up.
I don't shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you do? How long? What? Okay, cool. How many kids? Well, it's like, it's
just a
constantly.
bombardment of questions,
Yeah.
but no, you suss it out.
No,
and
I
then you
mean,
go,
Sacha, we've had, for like 30 minutes, we didn't talk, and it's because I just was not like.
we were listening to what was going on
Yeah,
next
well,
door.
yeah,
bro.
we were both
That's-
doing the same
but that
thing.
happens as well,
And it
because
happens, and you just.
so you'll be having conversations with your client,
Yeah,
and
and then-
I'll be listening because I can't have a conversation with my client.
Yeah.
My client he's not interested in talking to me, so all right, I'll just cut your hair and I'll listen to that conversation and I'll chirp in every so often. But it's vice versa, and it works. Or when we have two cool clients, like real lacquer clients sitting in our chair who are just bouncing back and forth with each other, and then we get to bounce back and forth as well.
Yeah, it's awesome. And
that's epic.
It ends up being like a 2-hour haircut because we're all just talking shit.
Absolute shit.
Or we go downstairs for a beer afterwards or something. It's
Yo,
magic.
Yo, that gets.
The pub there is perfect.
It is. It's the most convenient thing that.
Don't get your hair cut at like 4 or 5 o'clock, guys.
Come to me on like
I just
Saturday,
realized
like
I didn't
1:30.
put 2 and 2
I don't like
together.
it. Yeah.
So,
When I go to the barber, I don't realize that the bar's there. If you go to the bar, you go to the bar. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But you guys have the bar right there.
Exactly.
and we can order beers from the bar to bring up to the salon
lovely.
as well. So we get a draft, like, hey, 3 o'clock comes, it's like, oh, I'm thirsty. I think I need a beer. Kyle, do you need a beer, bro?
Just make that call. Yeah.
And how have you found adapting to South African culture? Because we are a pretty particular fucking culture, especially compared to the UK culture, which is quite conservative for the most
Do you know
part.
what? I think I think this is a fucking sick country. I think people don't realize how lucky they are to have been born into this place. Like, Jesus. I mean, here in Hillcrest and Durban, we have a subtropical climate. I mean, maybe not Hillcrest, but half an hour any direction. You've got anywhere you want to go. You've got the mountains, you've got the beach. It's absolutely sick. And everything is stunning. Like, I couldn't put a price on the weather. I mean, like where I come from in Wales, you can get like 3 months where it rains every single day. And you just like...
Sad.
I'm like, someone had to live
I
there.
get sad.
Who in the SA government paid you to say that?
He sends them boys
I'm
out.
telling you. But you know what? I get
He's a
clients.
spokesperson.
I will be.
Join us.
Hey, give me that citizenship. I'll say whatever you want.
That's why there's always power at their salon, is because he's an ESCOM. I promise it's lovely
They
here.
plug it straight into the
Boys,
main line.
it's not what you know, it's who you know. Exactly.
Exactly. Shout out ANC, maybe not.
But for us, our last guests are also like, we started this thing in Durban that people don't really do in Durban. And for you guys, it's a similar thing. It's people are so nervous about our country or maybe the country that they're from, and everywhere has their faults, and people rag on it all the time.
Do you know what, dude? Totally. Like, before I came out here, the general conception over in the UK is that you guys all, ride to school on lions and zebras, and
That's only primary school, though.
high school.
You progress.
Change it up.
You gotta get a car at some stage.
But
Or a wagon or something.
One thing I would say to anyone in the UK watching this is that South Africa is not at all as the media makes it. I appreciate that we had the loot-ins recently. That was just a little misdemeanor.
What looting? What do you want about?
Didn't happen.
It'd be so funny if we take the set down and we go back into our hut. Like everything falls over.
Wait, guys. Who's manning the fire outside? Who's cooking?
The wall
Outside.
falls over behind us, the light collapses. There's like 6 people holding it up at the back. Wearing like zebra skin underwear.
With
The
their
thing
pet
is-
lions.
Yeah, the lions are more scared of you than you are of the lions. Like, that's what we've always
You
been
can
told.
play with
That's how
them,
you
the big ones.
I'm not sure about that. Definitely. I went on a game drive, and I kind of feel like you guys have been a little bit hard done by. You feel like rich Europeans came over and bought up your land and then put a load of animals on there. And now they charge you a premium price to go see them. Just beautiful animals, though. Shit.
You guys made it all happen. So, where can people find you in terms of social media and physical location? Because people need to go experience that.
Okay. So, people familiar with Hillcrest, you'll find us right opposite the police station. That's not...
Yeah, what are you trying to say?
Not by
well,
choice.
that's not by-
Convenience.
That wasn't by accident.
Exactly. So we're actually located in the Hillcrest corner. Not Hillcrest corner. Hillcrest Center. Fuck, I used to be at the Hillcrest corner.
Scrap that.
No, wrong one.
Edit that one. So we're there. We number, what?
Shop 19A, 40 Old Main Road,
There we go.
Hillcrest Centre.
Hillcrest Center. Come see us there.
That's where
You
we
won't
are.
miss us. We usually have a motorbike in the window, but because of the looting, we took her away. But she'll make a return. But identify our shop. There's a massive pug in a top hat in the window,
And it says Deacons.
as well as Sacha right in the entrance, shaking his bum
Shit, give me a
and
wink.
bringing in money.
You'll hear the
Shall I
cult
do?
chants anyways. Don't worry about
Yeah,
that.
exactly. He's doing the cult.
Sometimes I like to tuck my jeans into my socks and then tuck my shirt into my jeans. And put some really thick lens glasses on and shake
I've
about.
actually
He
got
does. I've
there's-
gone there. When
there's a
he's
photo
looked
on my Instagram of him exactly like
There's
that.
actually a
I've seen
story
it
on
There's a
his
story,
Instagram.
yeah,
Fuck.
called Dad at Work, and I think you're dancing to what's that band? Spandau Ballet. Yeah, it's beautiful. Go check it out.
And on socials?
Socials, so
So we got it's Deacon's Hair Salon, and then your personal one
That
is
is
my personal one is at that.
We'll put it in the description anyways. Don't worry.
Dot
But
alien with a 3 instead of an E. Dot
very
fade.
funky.
how people are gonna find you? Like, fuck guys, don't worry about that.
Sorry, it's not the best handle for an Instagram account. It's a bit long-winded, but I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for me, baby.
Exactly. Mine's easy. It's just Cutthroat Carl. So think of like a cowboy.
It's very
That's
easy.
me. Cutthroat Carl. Yeah.
So appealing when you want to get a clean shave.
Cutthroat. Yeah. It's very very inviting.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
So cool. And guys, check them out. I promise you, you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to. I promise you will not be
They
disappointed.
made this guy look good.
Absolutely.
It's a difficult
Not
job.
very-
Yeah.
not
It is
very
difficult.
easy.
We actually had to push filming out to today because I got my cut yesterday. I was like, I can't be on camera looking like this. I have to
Yeah.
go get a cut first.
Absolutely. I mean, we were going to do it live here, but then
Yeah.
I think we'll just take away from all the.
Plus, if people saw me
Chat and
beforehand,
shit.
there's going to be like 2 views if they see the thumbnail when I'm looking.
There's some guys chatting while Samoki's having his haircut. I'm like, just,
Yeah, I'll be like, fuck, I'm not going to tune in for this shit.
what's this fucking Hoopla Show letting themselves go?
Yeah, really slumming it. They're battling these guys.
Very slumming. I mean, the guys are trying to hold up the wall behind us.
There's actually no plug points. That's why we can't get
Yeah,
the cutting.
fucking,
Goddamn.
hand-generated clippers here. Africa.
Well,
Cool
thank you
guy.
so much for coming.
Yeah,
Awesome,
really,
guys.
guys.
Shot for having us,
Thank you
boys.
so much,
We'll
man.
have
Like,
you on again, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
without a
absolutely.
doubt.
Shot,
I mean,
boys. Appreciate it.
as soon as we
Yeah.
get more stories, we will come and
Definitely.
Yeah, share them.
expose.
Yeah.
Give us a couple
Start-
of weeks.
start
or
writing
something.
them down.
When, the, when,
I'm
the,
gonna-
when the
Short
married
clip.
couple gets divorced and the boyfriend, then tell us about it.
And the
Okay.
husband,
Bring 'em on.
We can bring them here for
the old
intervention.
husband comes in with the new
Yeah.
husband. You want to
Absolutely.
hear that one?
Yeah, we can say, how did you guys meet? Intervention
We
style.
could do our own reality TV shows.
promise
then.
you
should.
We bring them on.
Absolutely. Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
guys.
really
we really
appreciate
appreciate
it.
it, man. You guys are a fucking awesome bunch.
Yeah, you
Cool.
could.